Hi, I'm Sydney, I'm from Pennsylvania, and I'm so thankful to have been elected by my classmates to speak to you today. This semester, I was so drawn to each and every one of your personalities, passions, and smiles. Each day, I made it my goal to get to know someone a little better. I am so thankful for each and every one of you for allowing me to bother and annoy you, but most importantly, thank you for allowing me into your hearts. Because to do this, I had to skip out on things. I had to leave some plans for other plans. So I personally thank you again for understanding, for welcoming me even when I hadn't seen you in days, and for loving me unconditionally when I was able to be there with you in that moment. Every night, after long days of adventuring and long nights of stargazing, I would journal about you guys. My stories would take up pages about how proud I was of someone, or how cool someone was, or simply how grateful I was for every smile I saw, laugh I heard, or just the feeling I felt when I was with you. You're all in my journal. You're all intertwined in the story. Now, I apologize in advance for not capturing everything I want to say. How does one capture 4 months in a few minutes? This speech is an attempt to explain. Things will never be like this again. No matter how hard we resisted, Sherry had to take our fobs. There won't be cuddle puddles, no more D&D, no more bowls to volunteer. We will all have potato withdrawal. No more bike rides, no more yoga. No more Lowenwood sunsets. No more frisbees to the face. No more rowdy wing meetings. The shame board will be erased. No more death by poison under the tortilla plate. Danelle, where are you? No more after-school workouts. Not that I was doing that anyway. The trees will be passed on for others to breathe, and the time we spent here will be no more, no matter the reunions, alumni weekends, or even when we see each other out in this big world doing great things. It won't be the same. Now, I know that hurts a lot, but think about how special that is. Think about how lucky we are to be here, to feel these feelings, and to know that the time we spent here will be ours to hold on to for the rest of our lives. If we had more time, less time, or even different seasons, we wouldn't have had this same bond. And I think this bond is pretty darn special. All this pain and sadness we are feeling is because we have something so beautiful, and no one can take that away. Making the decision to travel 870 miles away to a new school was the hardest decision I ever had to make. I thought my life was stable and perfect. Whew, oh my God. I thought I knew everything I knew and loved seemed to fit together, and a new adventure in wintry Wisconsin did not seem like my place. I thought I knew nature, and I thought I knew myself. My family back there can attest to this. The decision was so hard for me. Long nights were spent making lists of pros and cons and desperately asking others what I should do. On one hand, I could keep going with life. I could get some AP credits out of the way, keep doing my sports to work towards a higher goal, and keep business as usual. But on the other hand, I could leave everything I knew to play in the woods for 4 months and, I don't know, make some new friends or something. As you can see, I chose that scarier option. I couldn't imagine what life would have been like if I kept business as usual. Because that little Sid crying on her bedroom floor that finally made the decision she was not comfortable with didn't know the adventure of a lifetime she was getting herself into. That not only opened up her eyes to the wonderful world around her, but opened up her heart to the best group of people she could ever ask for. Whoa, this is hard. Now, I write my final journal entry one last time. Saturday, December 21st, 2019. I didn't want to get up this morning. These last moments with this family were just so special, and I never wanted it to end. Maybe if I didn't get up, I wouldn't have to go. But, like all things, the winter sun came up, and it was time to start the day we had been dreading for months. I took a deep breath and walked up onto the stage. Looking out among the faces I've gotten to know and love, I couldn't help but smile. I am so proud of them. Their smiles make me so incredibly happy. Their voice is so loving. It fills me with joy from the tip of my Carhartt hat to the snow beneath my Birkenstocks. The energy I feel when I am with them is something I will never forget. This semester, they were exactly where they needed to be at exactly the right time. I hope they have no regrets. I hope they realize that every step along this journey was a learning experience, and every single one of them has influenced the lives around them. And all of that could have changed if one single moment was different. It was all there for a reason to make this semester the beautiful creation it was, every single second. They were where they needed to be and gave all that they could give, nothing more and nothing less. I hope they never lose their sense of wonder, the kind that fills their souls with so much joy and radiates to others so elegantly. Their uniqueness, stories, passions, and love have made this semester absolutely indescribable. I hope they always take up space in this world. They deserve every ounce of love they receive. I didn't realize how much I needed these people in my life, because when I see them, I get this feeling in my heart, and I can't explain it. I hope they never stop being beautifully and authentically themselves. They will do great things. I know they will. With love, Sid. Still going. I'm not done yet. Ooh, all right, one more page. The expedition of Lewis and Clark is one conserve students get to know very well, as we too ride our dugout canoes down the rapid waters of Little Donahue Lake. The Corps of Discovery had many ups and downs in their exploration, but their journey never ceased. It proceeded. Through the expedition's many journal entries we read in history class this fall, the phrase, "and we proceeded on," was one reoccurring theme to their quest. Let's tear this phrase apart, shall we? And, in addition to, they didn't leave their past behind, they added it to their story. We, together, a unit, they traveled together and left no one behind. Proceeded. They moved forward. No matter how comfortable they were with the situation they were in, or how frightened to see what the future would hold, they kept going. On, to new things, new experiences, and one step closer to their goal. They proceeded on, for it was the only way to make a difference. If you didn't hear me say this day after day about everything, you are lucky. Before walks, skis, and bike rides, during adventures, and most importantly, before big tumbles on Blackjack Mountain, I began saying, "and we proceeded on," just as much as, "Can you guys hear me good?" But as the semester went on, I realized that this phrase might mean just a little more than the shout before sending it down the sledding hill. And we are taking this experience with us. It is a part of us now, but we must move on. We are a family. Although we will all go our separate ways, we are connected, and no matter where our lives take us, we will always have each other. Proceeded. We must take this part of our life and move forward. All we have learned, all we have grown, all the connections we made, we must proceed with courage in our hearts and big dreams ahead. On, forward, to new beginnings, to the unknown. We must move forward and be the change we wish to see in this world. And we proceeded on into the next chapters of our lives. You are so worthy of this life you have been given, and you get to do it once. Now, to rightfully end this speech in our voices instead of just mine, I want us to say this phrase together. Ready? 3, 2, 1. And we proceeded on.